Hello, it is me, Poison. The start actually just totally snuck up on me because I was looking at reference images for the project we have for today. We are going to be making an Ardelia outfit. I can now make it with confidence, knowing that we are actually getting to get Ardelia as a login bonus for free, so I know I'll have the character, so we don't have to worry about making an outfit for a character that we don't end up pulling, which is great. And hello, Silver Sun. I'm doing good. I found out the character I was most looking forward to in Arknight's Infield is actually going to be a giveaway character. So yeah, we're gonna make the outfit for them. How are you doing? Let's see. It looks like I'm gonna have to restart my chat bot. Okay, no, it's working now. Let's go ahead. Give me 1 second. I was just about to grab a Red Bull from my fridge when I hit the starting soon button, but then Sabrina Carpenter was playing in my headphones. And I was like, yeah, music, woo, looking at pictures of Ardelia, yay. And I looked at the time, I was like, oh, no, stream is in 20 seconds. Uh, so let me just go grab that real fast. Also, does my stream say, okay, no. On my phone, it said that like my stream was saying Worthing Waves, so I had to double check it. So some of you who have been here since the very start know that I used to not do a 10-minute pre like set start time thing. I don't know how I did that, and it makes sense as to why I struggled so much to like get in the vibe sometimes. The 10 minutes, setting like a starting soon 10-minute screen actually is so helpful because it's like it's a hard time of like in 10 minutes you'll be live. So figure it out. Instead of it also helps reduce the anxiety of hitting go live because it triggers that procrastination side of my brain that's like that's future me's problem. Even though future me is only 10 minutes away. But yeah, I have my I now have my Red Bull. We fixed it. I'm using the glitter version of my outfit just because like I like it a little bit more than the non-glitter version. If I want the glitter to really shine, I do this. But yeah, no, I like this outfit. A lot more with the glitter than without. Oh, and the reason why lighting has such a big impact on my model is because of the custom normal maps I do, which we will have to do for Ardelia. Okay, so let's go to the main screen and we're gonna talk about the design. Live scene. So as we all know, I am a big fan of makeup. And if we look at this face, there's not much makeup on it. So that is one feature that we're already going to be doing differently. She has a ponytail. Hers is a side pony. We're going to keep mine in the back. I do kind of want to add like a charm, but instead of the charm, we might just focus on these horns. We've done these horns before for like Sayakona, and I do think so when I was first doing a rough draft for this design, I totally missed that she has sheep ears. We're gonna have sheep ears, and I'm gonna make them bouncy because that sounds cute and fun. Um, One thing I'm looking at right now also is I see the sheep horn here are the same color as the hair, which kind of blends it into the hair. I kind of like the sheep horns on the cotton candy sheep. This like glass material. It looks like almost. It's a very shiny, glassy, like almost metal-like material on this part. Let me check something real fast. Close up. Um, she is very pretty also. Oh, mute that. Let's see. I'm trying to find. I have a video pulled up on one of my things for her. I found it. Doo. I'm gonna pull it over to the right monitor. Okay. No, and her animations and her like idle animations are so cute. So we're on the screen. This is the character's like a little like demo video. I think we can have desktop audio for this. I don't think I'm gonna get in trouble. So I do think I'm gonna be able to have this bounciness to the sleeve. So if I'm counting right here, the amount of layers I'm going to need for this outfit, 2 for this underdress, so then I can combine this dress layer with this sleeve, likely. I could also make this top part a jacket, because then I can have a little bit more control over the waistline. And then the bottom part is the skirt. But I need this jacket pieces I'm actually going to use a dress to make, because the dresses flow better. So the jacket and this part will probably be the same, like, thing. So I need at least one dress, 2 dress, or I might want this on a separate layer, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 3 dresses. The stockings I can do either as stockings themselves, which I have like already done that before, um, or I can do it on the skin layer and save myself some polygons, which I don't think I'll do. And then I'm probably gonna want this to be on a jacket layer, this little bow tie. So I'm gonna need probably at least 7 layers, possibly 6, to accomplish this look. And if I'm looking at the colors, I see blue, red up here. I don't necessarily love this red clip in this blue because I don't see that. I see the red in other parts of the outfit, but I don't see the blue in other parts of the outfit. There might be a lore reason for it. But right now I don't see a reason to include this as like a staple, like something that really needs to be there. Yeah, I think one of the main things here is to do a jacket layer for this top part so that way it can like cinch the waist because the regular dress doesn't cinch your waist. Um, which is a crime. Why would they give the jacket a corset fit but the dress not a corset fit? Makes no sense to me whatsoever. Vroid, that I have notes on this. Like the jacket, I can cinch in the waist here, but the dress, it comes out more square box-like down the sides, and you can't really address it much. Haha. um, but yeah, so we're gonna be taking this model and going into this. And I think I showed her kit on stream before. She's giving... Honestly, Arknights gives me classic Final Fantasy vibes. Like back when you used to have like a full team. Some of the games feel very single player. It also gives me Kingdom Hearts. And I'm gonna leave this frozen on this page, because I can really see the layers here. I could also probably skip out on these gloves if I decide to. I think this side profile actually might be the best use. And I think this is 3 layers right here. 1, 2, 3. But we're gonna do this as a 2-layer, one for the pink inside and one for the white outside. The texture maps for this are gonna be really complicated. Oh look, it's me! Over there! I can see that I'm live. Okay, so let's get started with this. Body, outfit. I'm actually gonna look at one of the presets, I think, maybe? Nah, I don't think I need to look at any of the presets. I think I'm gonna just go ahead and say central piece here should be the jacket. So let's go to tops. We are going to create new, save. And I just want to use this jacket because it goes all the way up. Because if I look at her neck tie, it's like her collar line is one that kind of hugs the collar, not like a popped out collar. So this seems like it would be a better fit, possibly. Yeah. Okay, edit. I'm gonna worry about the central dress first, and then we'll build out from there. So the central dress, if I do it this way, I need to go ahead, add, and we're gonna add a dress because we know that this needs at least 2 layers. Let's go ahead and add this one. Okay, and then I'm going to exit here, and I need to make my character spin. The reason why I need to do that is I need to see where the bone's going to start here, and noting that when I rebone the dress, it's going to be slightly lower than that. Let's see. Let's go here. Poses and animations. So I see the flow of the dress doesn't really start until I get to about here, which does give me a lot of room. So about right here on the dress. So to here, I'm safe to use jacket, because the jacket's going to be a lot stiffer than the dress will be at the bottom part here. And now we can get to cutting. I will say I'm very proud of that face. I don't have my drop pad plugged in right now, but I don't know if I'll need it quite yet. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of these sleeves. And I'll cut the collar off for now. And then I'm gonna get rid of a lot of this bottom part. Okay, and now this part, we need to get rid of everything up top here. Let's go ahead and mirror. Ah. There we go. Skin mask. I need to have my arms back. Which should include a large part of the shoulders. First off, if you see this is way too wide open, let's see if we can't tighten that up a good bit. See if any of these fix anything. Sleeve thickness. Okay, we're gonna do this at negative 200. I was told 300 is pretty much the limit, and I typically try to stay under 200 for the most part. Okay, we're gonna bring the waist in. And then let's go ahead and get carving up here a bit closer. Because she does show shoulder a bit. And I think we're gonna use a more like 1980s, I think is the correct time period, like poodle dress-esque cut up top. I think that's kind of what looks like what they're going for. So we might show just a little bit more shoulder than what she's showing. Let's see if I can't bring the neck down. Hey, epic! I hope you're doing well. Let's take the volume down. Negative 50. And then I need to go move this out. And then we're going to go down to is that accessory on? I think it's on this. It was not on this one. Socks. There's a belt on one of these. I gotta figure out which layer it's on. There it is, okay. So I want to bring this even further down on the shoulders, if I can. And I think that's the shoulder slope. Yeah. So let's switch this back to 0 and switch this to negative 200. That was too much. Negative 100. That's better. I'm just gonna go ahead and dye this pink this way, but this is not how we're gonna do it because like we're gonna actually make it right. Okay, one of these is waist width. Okay, I want to bring this in negative 25. Okay, then we're gonna go down to this dress piece, go to its waist width, negative 100. Because we need this to go underneath this pink dress. Do this, negative 50. That's closer. Negative 70. Negative 50. Oh, that might help a bit. Okay. So it does, I am going to need this part to come in more. Mostly because of this front spot. Although if I think, no, that won't help. Sometimes changing the length will actually adjust where this piece falls. It did not in this case. See, I want the front of this to come down. So what I'm going to do instead is let's see if I can't take the long coat, go down to its skirt longer, and hem flare. I want to pull this part in more. So I'm pulling that part out. This is the part that sometimes is a bit more difficult. So the other option that I have here is I could adjust this jacket part again, but I'm pretty sure I can get this to work. -50. -90. See, because this almost works. Let's see. Whoops. I meant to just type in -200, not 1,200. -50. -25. -40. Looks like there might end up being just some slight clipping in the back area. Okay. With this, we are going to want to bring it up. So there is a length here. -50. So if I look at her outfit, this is more zoomed out. It goes to about mid-calf, it looks like. But their mid-calf is a lot higher up. So this is about where that needs to come. So let's draw this to come down a bit more. And this coming down more might actually fix a few things. Nice. So we're still going to want the bottom part to be the black lace. Skirt shorter. I'm going to say this goes to negatives, like a negative, probably 25 actually. I do like how that looks, but what I'm going to need to do, skin mask, is get rid of my midsection. So that way I can have that cinched of a waist. And so another option I have here is to make this top part of the lower dress pink, and then underneath that put the black lace part. Eraser. Just go ahead and erase that part. Because if I make this pink also, it'll blend in. Let's see. So then you can't really see the part where it comes apart there. Skin mask, go to here. I just want to take white. It's probably just here. Yeah. Just so I can bring back the shoulders. So the bottom part of this is going to be black lace. Then we add the pink up here. Well, it's more like a plum color. Let's go ahead and take it to plum. And then we do a black lace down here. Let's have them move more so we can kind of see like if the bones line up correctly for this. I will note that because this is going into the lower half, I do need to watch just how much time I spend getting this lower part correct, seeing how VTubing happens typically from here up without any questions. So like I could probably get away with just that. Okay, we want to looks like there might be some awkwardness, but not really too bad. I should have her walking. Honestly, it's behaving fairly well for the amount of edits it has on it. Like, it's gonna have some clipping issues, but I have a way around that by just like making the underlayer the same color. I don't think the bottom half of this is gonna win any physics awards, but I think it's gonna be fine. Same. I actually only like mayo. Well, I like Miracle Whip only in tuna fish. But I do know traveling back home, everything is always out of like date. Okay, we're gonna go shoes, and I'm gonna switch these shoes to this. I'm mostly using this, not because it's gonna be what her shoes are, because I don't What kind of shoes is she wearing?
Initiate field survey.
Okay, she's wearing like Kingdom Heart boots. Not that high up. I should have some that are cut down there. Let's see. I use these as placeholders. Socks. Basically, this is close to what I needed already. Erase. This layer. I'm gonna get rid of the straps that go up. That. There we go. Right now I'm kind of wanting to match color schemes the most. So if I'm able to just like very easily change these to the right shade, I do think I'm gonna have to export them into a different program to do that though. I'll just call it thy, because it's not gonna be a hard change. Oh, nice. I got Azure Lane mixed up with Azure Pomelia, which is quite the which is quite the different game. These games are not the same. Because I'm waiting on Azure Pomelia to come out. Okay. File. Open. Okay. We're gonna do a correction layer. Gradient map. I like to use the skin tone on this side. So that way I can kind of like get an impression of like the like legs almost coming through on the sock. So they like look more skin tight. Okay. That works. Control C, Control V. Hide this layer. merge these two. And then I'm going to take these little like red embellishments and we're not going to waste them. We're going to make them probably the red gem things. I might end up doing that in Unity though. Right now they can just be clips. It's fine. Because we might end up getting rid of them. But yeah, I found out this game actually comes out a lot sooner than I thought it would. Because I was thinking Thursday night, possibly playing that then on Friday. But it actually comes out Wednesday. Which means that we will not be taking a break on Wednesday for stream. We'll be streaming on Wednesday. Oh, nice. I don't game too much on my phone. Typically, if I'm gaming on my phone, I'm doing like I played NTE the beta and like doing like the shop management like aspect of the game, like the slice of life, like mini game stuff, or like just checking my mail is what I'll do on my phone. But I'm not a huge fan of like doing the actiony parts of games on my phone. I love how these are already done, but it's because I already had something for them that was very similar, like a very comparable thing. But yeah, that's the socks. Also, can I just say, I think even they know that their shoes are a little bit basic, because if you watch this, it cuts off right at the shoes, almost the entire video, and then all shots of her kind of just don't like showing the shoes. Actually, if I look at it, let's get the side shot that does show. I don't like that heel. Front part, cool. Back part, I'll do something different on the back part. But I kind of like the front part because it kind of gives me almost like a hoof, which I think is a cool idea. This part's very doable. Yeah. So yeah, like the front part of this heel, like looks like it's a brown lifted piece. Like right here. And then there's like this red like thing in the back, but I think it's supposed to be like a cow hoof. And there are actually hoof heels that I could base it off of.
Are we going to model the sheep too? Management wants to know.
Um, I could make a ball and put a face on it. Actually, I might be able to find something on Sketchfab and then reskin it for cotton candy-esque sheep texture and then use it as a chair. Like I did with Bubble Dragon when I made the bubble thing. These are cute though. I do find it so funny how like at the beginning stages of a model, sometimes I'm like, wow, this is not gonna look anything like it. And then I finish with the model and I'm like, I kinda ate. So I just have to trust the process. And the longer my process gets, the harder that is. And there's so many stages in what's gonna have to happen for this model to look the way I want it to look. So I want cat ears. Can I turn these out? I don't think I can. So this is a hack that doesn't conserve polygons. What is this? Like this global versus local. I don't know. I'm gonna delete because I moved it. Okay, cat ears. So what I'll do is I'll double up on the cat ears. So that way I can have more control over them. Delete. Oh, actually, that's the right shape. If I just turn it down a little bit. If I just turn it down a bit more. I could also just make my actual ears cow ears, which would again save me on polygons. Uh, face shape. Because I can do elf-esque ears, so I can probably just shade those differently to make them cow ears. Okay, let's move the ears out. Now, one thing I'm trying to figure out is why there's... There we go. Something like this. Would probably be fine. If I just shaded it for the, like, shape. Because then I would just need to do this, edit. Switch this to like a brown. I think it would be cuter though to have the other ears. Control Z, 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 Z. So I need to do that. Accessories, add cat ears. I think it's just gonna be easiest to duplicate the cat ears and do it the way I normally do it. Hit edit, and then I'm gonna erase half the ear. Like that. Oop. I feel. Escape. And now we need to go check out her ears. Tips should be fully rounded. Smaller. Ear shapes. Okay, and then I'm going to resize it using this. And we're going to turn it. Wow. Duplicate. Delete. Oh, I'm going to need to edit texture. I need to flip this. Oh, so I can erase the hair inside. Same. Erase. Same thing with this one. Just go ahead and erase this so it doesn't cause any issues down the road. File. Open. Okay. C ear for cow ear. And then just flip. File. Oh yeah, first hit OK. File, save. I'm glad I had that to guide, because like otherwise I would have been a little bit lost. Okay. I actually am not too familiar with the Mega Man game. Erase. Okay. Now I should be able to adjust them correctly. I think both of these need to be adjusted this way. There we go. And now we have our sheep ears. We're gonna color them differently, at least. Because we're gonna match this color. It's like a slight brown pink on the inside, a very tan white, going into a color that's similar to the hair color that we end up with. Speaking of hair color, let's go ahead and switch this to be closer. Even though sometimes we do end up changing the hairstyle, like the hair color drastically in Unity, I like it to match a little bit here too. Oh, stretch. We're gonna export, call it base hair. Clip Studio, file, open. And then we're gonna correct gradient map. I didn't pop up options for the gradient. Oop. My art program is frozen. Yeah, I might have to force close it. Oh, here it is. It went on to the other monitor. That makes sense. And this color. Okay. Okay. I think this is a fairly decent color. You might end up needing to make it a little bit darker, but that's not too bad. I'm gonna see another color that I have here real fast. Nah. Front. And then edit. But yeah, I think it needs to be made a bit darker. So let's go to this shade. But noting that it's going to be a lot darker whenever in real lighting. So not too darker. Something more along this line, maybe. Kind of like that shade. I like that shade more, but that's further away from her actual hair color. So hers is a little desaturated. Do we'll just have to like make the highlight a little bit higher of a contrast. So the hair is going to be brighter once it goes through Unity. But for here right now, I think this is the shade I want to go with. And I want to make sure that all of these have a slightly different shade in this program. That way, whenever I do the Unity stage, they all count as their own hair texture, and I don't have to do something which is frustrating, which is export all the materials as a separate thing. Okay. Up next, let's work on the face a little bit. Face. Lipstick. Face paint. Edit. I can delete that. Switch it to pink. No, we're gonna actually need to brighten up the face a lot. I need to go pretty much everywhere there's the green shading thing. Okay, delete that. Eyeshadow, adjust. this. Eyelash. I think the other part is on skin. Yeah. Eyebrows. Because this is brightened up, we're going to brighten up that neck also a little bit. I want to go ahead and go do that because it's throwing me off. Body. Edit. Okay, we're just going to make it less harsh. Yay! Swap the eye color. Those are kind of pink. Kind of like this, and then the highlight of the eye. It's kind of like this, but then like a brighter pink. Kind of like that. If it blurred that out, that'd actually be pretty good. So I think we'll just use this one, and then we're gonna edit that highlight in Unity. Okay. Hairstyle. face hair, edit. And doing this in grayscale was my best idea, because this is the biggest pain to change. Okay. Close. I guess we'll do the horns next. Edit hairstyle. Delete. Add freehand group. So what I've done in the past is just kind of like turn this up. I think I could actually draw these both on the same texture. I don't have to do two separate ones. Let's see. Looks like there's going to be some clipping right here, but I think it's going to be fine. Why are you changing? I'll just use this for now. So the shape of the horn is out, down, and around. Yeah, I think you will probably end up using a separate one on each side, because that's just going to be easier. First off, I need to rotate this. And then I need to bring this further out. Make it from this perspective, because this might be easier. Um, got this. We want to turn width ratio way down. This. So you bring these way in. Kind of weird just how out to the side the horns go. Looking at it, it feels like this part goes like straight more like this, and then they almost go fully out to the side. Like that. Okay. Selection. Let's duplicate this material. I'm just gonna do like a bright color like that for now. There's still a lot of drama in this face, so I should probably add some like pink eyeshadow to the outsides of the eye. Ours is gonna have more drama, because we love makeup. Face. Face paint. Edit. And then after we do this face paint, we'll want to save like the file. New layer. Go with like a cotton candy pink. I'm still using my mouse to draw, but like a lot of this is just laying down it right. And then it's just on the skin. Looking better, but I gotta figure out what layer that green is on. Oh, there it is. Fixed it. Because that's a good spot for shadow, but I don't want green shadow there. Okay, new layer. Oh, whoops. I can't even use this layer. Delete. I didn't have mirror tool on. That's fine, because I kind of want to put this color down first anyways. Pink. It's a very pale pink. And then we're gonna cut it. Go down to this brown. This is where I should switch to my draw pad. New layer. Peach. I think the center peach was unnecessary. Just think this might need to be diffused a bit more. At least like made a little bit more transparent. I think I like that. It's definitely need some more edits, but okay, let's go to the lips. Yeah, we'll go with that. Let's get a little bit more of the silhouette down on page. Okay, body. Outfit. Oh, that almost That little freeze just reminded me I should save. Blip, 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 blip. Save as Ardelia. Save. Butter. I think we'll do the jacket outside next, like of this part, which ironically we'll use the dress for. Start new without saving. Back to this.
I feel much safer when Professor's here with me.
Okay, so it's kind of attached at the waist there. So that means we edit. We are going to still use these sleeves, but we don't need anything in the center part. Okay, outfit. I might have chosen the wrong dress. Close without saving. Because I'm looking for one that has this very specific sleeve silhouette. Because I think this is the one I need. Oh, you know what I could do? I could use this for the top part. No, but it doesn't go down far enough. Hem, cuff tightness, shoulder slope. see. Definitely think this is the right call. Let's see. Is there like I'm gonna make this the jacket on the bottom. Edit. Start editing without saving. Yeah, I think the track we were on was the right one. I think what we'll end up doing is using this inner section as the pink part of the sleeve. And we'll use a different sleeve for the jacket sleeve. Okay. Put this. I think that's right. Now erase. For the most part, the central part of this outfit is pretty open. So we want to go down here and we're just gonna go whoop. And that's gonna be the base of the jacket. And we'll put like the there's so many layers involved in trying to get this to work, and I have to combine like layers of like fabrics that are similar to each other, which adds like another layer of challenge to this. If I say F the polygon count and just like it'll take a second to load the model, that also is valid. Because if I stop worrying about how many polygons it is, this becomes a lot easier. Also, if I let myself have some creative liberty and kind of just make sure there's the right colors in the right areas. What does this one look like? Delete. So I don't really need another jacket material to make the bow tie on. So we have at least one more jacket that's going to be white material. And that could also have the sleeves on it. Okay. I'm going to just delete this layer. Add new layer. I've still been drawing all of this with my mouse instead of draw pad. What layer is that on? Okay. Mirror tool is on. I think I need a draw pad to like etch this out. Which I have one. I just hadn't plugged it in. It went so long without plugging it in. That's like, I guess we'll just see how far I get with before I have to plug it in. Okay. Let's see. Come on, tablet. Next, unplug and replug. There we go. It's gonna be like a ruby. So let's actually make it circle. Hmm. Here's what I want to do. Slope -20. The idea here might be that this is just the collar. Now for sleeves. Okay, we want to tighten the sleeve. -20. This one is -30. Oh, this doesn't have a lot of the arm length stuff I need. But I think one thing that will definitely have it is possibly one of the kimonos. It has cuff width. The hard part is that there's two poofs in her sleeve. I mean, we might just go with one poof. Let's erase the central part of the outfit. And then the top part of the shoulder. I think I can also use this bottom part. And then up this part. Basically this part. So subtle puff is there. So it looks like this is definitely useful for the lower part of the sleeve, but what I might have to do is have this part come from another part of the outfit. So like then have this part sleeve width. Oh, this doesn't even have sleeve width. Oh, that's because it's not the right thing. And then go from this. Need to bring this in. Negative 100. I basically do like this, where then this part poofs out. Kind of like that. And honestly, I think that's going to be like my best silhouette option. Instead of trying to focus highly on trying to get this upper sleeve part to work, is to focus on just getting these lower sleeves to work. Okay, and if I want to, I could double up on this. Take this. Grab this. And just bring that pair in. Okay, and then bring this further in then. Do something like this. Like I could still have the two straps. Like the one lower strap and the one upper strap. I just would have this be the here instead of, and just have this be this like focal point of this sleeve. It would be less operatic, but in order to fully accomplish that sleeve, I would need to then add dresses. That one wouldn't work. I would need this one. Oh wait, actually. So I do that, and I won't need this. Use this for the bows also. I think I figured it out. It's off. I'm gonna make this black just so I can see it. Face. Okay. The face. Oh, wait, these need to be placed differently. They're supposed to be on the sides. I think Okay, so that's how they work. We would do like 2 ribs on the side here. Lower. And that's how it goes. Which means I want to do something like this. And then we'll add like a second layer for like sleeves and stuff. And we'll make the jacket these 2 layers combined. This layer and I guess it's up on this one. This layer will be the jacket. Tops. I think I have most things in place. Except for the bow tie that goes here. And the brown shorts, I think, or red shorts that are underneath all of this. I think I'll just make the shorts match this, like, part. Oh, you can see the, like, hoof heels here. Okay. I don't want to look at it, but I'm sure that I need to. I need to see just how many layers I've used. I mean, just how many polygons. As a side note, our goal is kind of like, I think, under 100,000. Oh, we're still under 90,000, so we're actually doing good. It's a slight arbitrary number that I've picked when I say that, but I have tested it like on a few exports, so only very slightly arbitrary, but for the most part, it tends to ring true. we should still conserve on polygons as best we can, but I know I can add like one or two more like clothing items. This skin, these are high tops. Short and heel negative 70. Negative 0. I'm going to start this off with putting the colors where they're supposed to go. Oof. Their heel wouldn't be too bad to make, so I guess I will just make it. Mirror. I'm not sure. Oh, that's the back of the sock. Okay. I was like, what is that coming from? side of the shoe. Actually, let me first do this. Okay, and then this next part's fairly simple, it looks like. It's for the most part just kind of like a normal shoe. Cross ribbon thing. Oof. Then like an ankle strap. So just gonna replace that. Because it goes this color. Apparently it goes like this. Apparently that is how it goes. Like looking at this shoe. I think I'm gonna redesign her shoes because I don't like this shoe as much, but I could see where they're going with it. It's supposed to be like between a heel, sneaker, and ballet flat, I feel like. But then like give it kind of like that metal-esque vibe. I think it has one too many things it's trying to be. So I think what we'll do is we'll cut the ballet flat part of this. And make it more like Converse high tops. Pretty sure I remember. Let me check real fast. Converse. Images. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna turn them into like a Converse type of high top. Just because I don't like the ballet flat top of their heel that they're using. That like laced up like situation, because the lace doesn't go down to the base of the shoe, and it kind of makes it wonder like where is it connected at the heel, the back of the heel. Let's see. Because there's this strap up top where the bottom part of it attaches, but then there's blank space back here. So it's not like my favorite shoe. Like I get what they're going for with it though. But we're gonna redesign it. Because I think a tennis shoe heel, like a, because you know they have this those tennis shoes that are also heels. Uh, I think that kind of fits what they want, because they want them to still be outdoorsy, but have heels because heels are slay. And their middle ground was to do like that, like triple threat shoe, but it was just a triple threat to my sensibilities. Okay, I think we've got a pretty good outline here, and the next step is adding a bunch of detail. I just need to go to each separate part and add like the cloth detailing. We're gonna add things like the bow and stuff last. But I think this is gonna look really good at the end. We've had some ups and downs and ebbs and flows with it, but for the most part, I might want to make these a little bit thicker. Go ahead and save this. Yeah, there's definitely some parts of the outfit where we're gonna need to take just a little bit of liberties, but for the most part, I think we're gonna get something very similar. Enough so that like you can tell who it's based on. Honestly, if I'm playing Arc Knights and you see this part of the face, you can probably already tell it's Adela because it's the only sheep. That kind of makes it a bit obvious. It's what's weird to me is like the bottom half looks way more done because of like the fact that I just added some detail there, but that's just because this has zero detail. Some of the detail from this though is going to be the fact that it's fabric, so it's going to have my fabric normal map on it. Because I have to add the undergarment section for this model off stream because I have to paint this area, and I don't want to get flagged. I even looked to see how the ears are bouncing because I'm gonna do the bouncing ears myself. Okay, if I make them that like stable, they'll probably be fine. Come through, Clarabelle, slay. I think these will be an easy like switch up. New layer, new layer. I think I probably make sure that that comes up more like that. As long as I keep it on one layer, it's going to be easy for me to add other things to it. The second I add another layer, it's going to take multiple exports. See. Yeah. Might do something to soften up the face a bit more, but I think it's fine. Like this currently, at least. Yeah. Only thing I need to add now, ribbon, the details on each part of the outfit, and undergarment space just for clipping. Actually, as a matter of fact, speaking of clipping, I can go ahead and just erase a huge portion of this. So, then we go to socks, erase. There we go. And I just gotta make sure that the rest of this is filled in correctly. Yeah. But okay. I do believe that puts us at 3 hours. I will add some more detail to this tomorrow, and if we are not exporting by Monday, we are exporting by Tuesday, which is one of the reasons why today's stream has been fully dedicated to doing this model, because I did not realize because I was going to start on it at the beginning of next week, but then if it's out Wednesday, that doesn't give you much time. So yeah, I guess I should post a schedule thing tomorrow also about the stream schedule next week, but we will be streaming Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. EST more than likely to give us time to like update it after it's downloaded. But yeah, I think this model's gonna look really good. I just gotta get so many things done on it. But we do it every week, and this will be no different. yeah, I'd like to take this moment to say thank you to everyone who's popped by. Thank you so much. I can't wait to see you all in future streams, like Wednesday. Thanks so much, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now. Oh, good night, sweet dreams, or good morning, and I hope your coffee is good.